You're listening to On the Moans, where we have conversations about hormones, midlife, and the moments that make us wonder, is it just me? I'm Kate. I'm a 48-year-old pharmacist and newly minted perimenopausal oversharer. This is where we talk openly about the changes we aren't prepared for, so we never have to feel alone in them again. I acknowledge the Camaragal people of the Eora Nation, the traditional custodians of the land which I am recording today. I pay my respects to elders past and present, and I extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples listening. Always was, always will be Aboriginal land. Gonna start recording.
Oh, and so am I.
Yeah, you'd better start recording. Are we recording? Yes, everyone is now recording.
We are now recording, and hello, listeners. Here we are again. It's Kate and Annie in the car, podding in the car.
We call it pod from car.
Pod from car. It's not very imaginative because you remember like comedians in cars?
Yeah,
do you remember that?
That is true. Pod from car, though, it's very descriptive.
Pod from car.
People won't be confused.
Yeah, it's true. It is, in fact, what we're doing. And I just wanted to talk to you, Kate, about the fact I'd like to improve my looks. Do you have any ideas on how I could do that?
I thought you were going to say to me, I want to talk to you about the fact that you're wearing a star sticker on your forehead, and I was going to say, it's because I'm Looksmaxxing. Yeah.
Oh, actually, you have got, you have got a star on your forehead.
Yeah.
And why?
Well,
I don't know that it is helping, but just to be perfectly honest.
it's because I had a little pimple up there, and I thought, the best way not to draw attention to the
Is
fact
to
that
put a big red star.
Put a big pink star.
Yeah.
So it's a star. So for people who aren't able to join us visually, it is
I'd be lucky
like
for
it is like yes, good choice. It's like a star that you might give on
A child.
in kindergarten if they did particularly good spelling work or something.
A drawing.
A drawing.
A good
Yeah,
drawing
like
of a
it's like a
giraffe.
gold star, but mine's pink, and it's actually a little colloidal.
Oh, yeah, I know about these things. I see it in the back of buses.
That's it. So it's a pimple patch, and my 18-year-old daughter gave it me because I have an unsightly
Are you
pimple.
surprised, before we get on to our bigger topic, but are you surprised that at your age you would still get a pimple?
Well, I'm actually not surprised because I, as you know, am on testosterone, and testosterone does have the side effect of pimples.
Why are you on testosterone?
Well,
Thanks for asking, Annie.
Yeah, I know. Okay. So now, in Australia, it's only TGA listed for HSDD. What's that, you ask?
Oh, hang on. What's HSDD, Kate?
Thanks for asking. It's hypoactive sexual desire disorder.
Oh.
Yeah. So that is the TGA approval. So that's what the guideline, that's what it's for the, it's not in the menopause.
Hyperactive.
Hypo, not hyper.
Oh, hypo as in
Hypo.
under.
As in
Under.
low libido.
Thank you.
But as we know, in menopause, all your hormones, your testosterone level is pretty much declining since it peaked when you were 25.
Yeah. It's
So
depressing, isn't it?
It is a bit depressing.
Plummeting.
And I'm skinny and struggle to lay down muscle. So it's got a whole bunch of other benefits, but the only reason in Australia the TGA has listed it is for hypoactive sexual desire disorder. So, but it's...
Did you have to say you had that?
So my GP, which was who is amazing, when I went in for my health check and we started on all the hormones, whatever, she actually just did a great history and, just basically said,
Try this.
well, she said, and what's your sex life and libido like? And I went, yeah. And I went, I guess it's, it's a job done. I can roster it in. It's it's not unpleasant. And, but, I wouldn't say I was having.
After dinner and before you book?
Yeah, like after the recycling, from
Sure.
from the Flight of the Conchords, recycling, that's not part of it, but it is important. And she said, oh, well, since we're doing all your other hormones, I started on so I started on progesterone and estrogen. She said, well,
me too.
Let's do a androgen test. And that's not, the androgen test is not to see necessarily what the level is, because a level is just a level in time, they fluctuate throughout the day.
Yeah.
But rather to see if you can replace it by giving it transdermally. So to see if you can actually absorb it through the skin. So you do an androgen level to start, and then 6 weeks later you do another androgen level. And if you haven't had horrendous side effects, which I haven't, I mean, I've got one tiny little pimple, which actually probably you couldn't see if I didn't have a big stick on it.
Don't have excess hair?
I'm not excess hairy, am I?
Not that I would not describe you as
excessively hairy.
I could be described as excess hairy.
But I'm not excessively hairy, and I haven't got a masculine deep voice. And I'm not any more rageful than I ever was.
Yeah. You're not like you haven't got out of your car and tried to clonk someone in the traffic.
No, I haven't. So I think I'm tolerating it very well.
All right.
How did we get here? Oh, well, maybe that actually dovetails in quite nicely with our conversation today about maxing.
See if you can make a really good, sensationally smooth segue. That was very good alliteration, wasn't it?
It was.
Thank you.
I'm
Go
going
on,
to
off you go.
Well, I'm going to segue because today I wanted to talk to you about the idea of Looksmaxxing.
Oh, do describe what it is. Can I get it, and will I look better?
Well, you can get it if you would like to take a hammer to your jawline.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
And just hammer it into the shape that you want.
Okay, yep.
And
that sounds good.
I hear that. So the most famous, I suppose, person on the socials his name is Clavicular.
Yes, and hasn't he been in trouble recently?
He's been in trouble recently
What
because
for?
Did he not? He overdosed on
something,
his YouTube video or something, like in real life or something.
Yeah, I think that's right.
But
it's surprising, isn't it, that even when you achieve the level of physical perfection that you fought for, that you don't immediately become super happy and satisfied. Isn't that surprising?
He has said that he can't have a relationship because he's had
no
so
one's
much
pretty enough.
No, because he actually doesn't have a lifestyle that can sustain a relationship with anybody else other than himself. And he's had so much testosterone that he can no longer get an erection, I think. Or
what?
Yeah. So he's actually done
permanent damage.
Quite open about.
Just do explain what he's done. Just because not everybody, like for us, because we sadly trawl around social media, are aware of Looksmaxxing. I haven't done a deep dive into it, but I'm sort of, peripherally aware of it. But some people may not be aware of it. So why don't you describe what it is, Kate?
I am not across maxing. I know that there's a whole bunch of different kinds of maxing. So you could do sleep maxing, which is where I believe what you do is you have a nice dark shower, and then you cool the room to a certain temperature, and you get in and you've got your white noise machine or your brown noise machine on, and you have your pillows all set up right, and you put a mask over your eyes, and that's sleep maxing.
Do you know what, while you talked about that?
That's just how you go to bed every night.
No, it's really not. But if I attempted to attain that level of pre-sleep organisation, I'd be so stressed. By the time I got into bed, I'd be so stressed had I left out, one of the steps along the way, and would I have to start again?
You'd have to start again.
Would I have to go back into the shower in the dark?
OCD would make you start again.
And what if I fell over? I mean, that's just okay. So that's sleep maxing.
So there's a whole lot of different kinds of maxing,
Sure.
but Looksmaxxing is
So it's just another word for just excessively focusing on something, correct?
Yes. Is it a nicer way of saying narcissism? I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's pretty narcissistic.
And
there's a high degree of self-focus.
There's soft maxing and hard maxing, apparently. Yes. And soft maxing is...
Do describe.
Well, I think soft maxing is stuff like your skincare routine. Maybe you've got a 12-step skincare routine.
Yeah.
Or you go to the gym, or perhaps you take a supplement, or...
And that's soft maxing.
That's soft maxing.
Hang on, this is across both genders, all genders.
All genders, but it seems to be...
Looksmaxxing is more male, isn't it?
I think Looksmaxxing, hard maxing, which is where you then have actual interventions. So where they take, I don't know if you've seen videos of these poor little boys, and they take mallets to their jaw and they hit their jaws to cause these little micro fractures that then change the shape of the jawline. And they have all these
sounds valid.
they have all these mouth exercises that they do called muling, where they're trying to work the muscles in their jaw. I know, bless them.
All right. So here we've got this sort of generation of boys, yes, correct, that are now exposed on social media to this notion of Looksmaxxing.
I think so, yeah. My question, though, is...
I have many questions. Let's start with yours.
Well, one of my first questions was when I heard about this, I thought, haven't women been doing this for forever?
Ever.
So haven't women been getting collagen in their lips?
Forever.
And
there's that now ubiquity of appearance, right? Where because it's the big lips, the pronounced eyebrows, the straight hair, the coffin nails, right? And the very, very, very Botox face. I mean, that's not new, is it?
That's not new to women.
No, but so there's now this sort of terrible narcissistic tsunami of you have to look a certain. It's the same thing. It's like a uniform.
But they're really open about it. So they're really open about the fact that they are. So what they're meant to be trying. I think what they're meant to be trying to do is make the most of what they've got, you know. So if they
maximizing,
that's right. So but it's what I like about it is it's maxing, MAXXING. So every time I try to put it into my anytime I try to type it, my spell checker changes it to maxing with just one X.
Yeah,
anyway.
Of course it does because it hates it.
It hates
you.
It hates the idea.
Yeah,
but
I hate the idea.
But I guess I was thinking that if everybody who is trying to make the most out of what their mama gave them, they all end up looking a little bit the same, don't they? They all end up.
Yeah.
It's not like anybody's gone, actually, I'm quite big boned and, you know, maybe I've got quite big thighs or quite a big, I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's the way I am. So I'm going to maximize that. So I'm really going to work on my legs and I'm really going to. No, everybody just seems to want to be skinny. It's still like lean is king.
Oh, lean is king. And as we well know, healthy and fit, strong is just code for thin. It's all just code.
It's all code for
lean.
Lean.
Code for lean. Well, it's thin. You've just got to be thin. And I mean, it's just so it's so astonishingly banal, isn't it? Yeah. In that the complexity of what we can bring to the world as humans, right, is now sort of reduced to this very sort of highly specific, sort of devolved notion of this one look, right?
Yeah.
And it's just your look. So the idea of, you know, your intellect and your sense of humor and your compassion and whatever it is that you're particularly interested in doing, and your sporting ability are all sidelined. And all it's about now is Looksmaxxing. And as we know, looks last forever. That's what I've noticed as I've got older, that I still look amazing like I did when I was 20.
Well, luckily for you, who's that German guy, Christian, he's a billionaire. He's the guy who was behind the idea of the enhanced games. He's a German billionaire. He owns a whole bunch of...
I got nothing.
Anyway, his name is, I could look him up. His name's Christian something, Christian something German. He was 21 when he was at university and he somehow started a pharmaceutical company with two of his professors. I'm not entirely sure how, and they ended up selling that pharmaceutical company to a larger pharmaceutical company for
billions,
loads and loads of money. So he became a millionaire at age 25, and so he's sort of gone on. But he's the one that was like, we'll do the advanced games, and instead of his whole argument behind that was, well, WADA, so the World Anti-Doping Agency, they've got a list that's banned.
Yeah.
So what the enhanced game have
you can
is
use
that
what you like.
No, They don't.
No.
They have a list, and it's whatever is FDA approved. So it's not that you can use banned substances.
Yeah.
If the FDA have approved it,
Yeah.
you can use it.
Yeah.
So that was his idea behind that. But he also has a whole. He's the mushroom psilocybin,
Right.
For enhanced cognition
Yeah.
and depression and
Yeah.
stuff. But I suppose I was thinking on this. On the self-improvement continuum,
Yeah.
where you've got go to the gym and eat well at one end and
Wash your face.
and
Don't eat too much crap.
Yeah, so you've got all of that at one end, and then at the other end you've got hit your jaw with a hammer and
But where does he sit in all of it?
so he's right at the
jaw
end.
hitting end?
Yeah, he's right
He's
on
at the jaw hitting end.
He's at the jaw hitting end with his, and he's got a whole bunch of companies who are working on longevity medications. And
but there's sort of is that not a different sort of tendril? There's
well, that's what I'm asking.
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's something so sort of primitive and sort of caveman about whacking yourself on the face with a mallet.
Oh, it's a bit sad. I mean, it's a bit sad.
It is very sad.
It's very sad.
I've got more things to get sad about than that, though. But I mean, it is sad. But come on. Whereas he's at the, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's all the notion of this. You can live forever, and extended lifespan. Of course, is incredibly elitist, isn't it?
It is. It is. Having said that, so he's talking about peptides and how the GLP-1s, which are peptides, sort of a continuation of this. And I was talking with my David last night about it as well because my husband, because I was saying to him, well, statins, for example, aren't they a longevity medication?
Yeah.
So
well, if you're fighting, okay. So then also, if you're going to take medication for diabetes, which
blood
is what?
pressure,
which is what? What do you take for diabetes?
Oh, well, insulin.
Insulin, yeah.
Metformin or something
and what
like
do you take for high blood pressure?
Oh, well, any number of blood pressure lowering things. But they're all in aid of improving your reducing your risk of cardiovascular disease.
Yeah, they are, but they are those things you've just mentioned are interventionist. You've already got some condition. You're not going to take a statin or metformin if you don't have a condition. Whereas what I see this as a level above because these people that we're talking about, they don't actually have anything wrong with them.
No, that's right. So it's not like you're returning anything to baseline. It's not like something's wrong and you're returning it to baseline. You've got baseline.
And now you're going to extend baseline.
But there's all those people that take microdoses of the GLP-1s for whatever reason.
Yeah, why?
Well, I think they think it's because it's anti-inflammatory and because inflammation's the new black.
Inflammation is the new black.
So therefore, if you long-term reduce inflammation and if you take them at such small doses, then they don't suppress your appetite. And, so I'm not saying this is mainstream medicine. I'm saying this is what...
No, but microdosing is definitely out there. And, of course, in terms of inflammation, hasn't it been proved again and again that the only thing that really, really, really works is a Mediterranean diet with a whole lot of olive oil. Isn't that correct?
Well, I don't know. I think now they think that the GLP-1s are doing a good job of reducing inflammation.
Yeah.
And so then all the other...
Well, if you have obesity, it would have to help, wouldn't it, reducing the obesity?
But then they had at ASCO, which is the American Society of Clinical Oncology, it's probably the biggest conference of medical oncologists in the world. David goes semi-regularly and they sit...
That's your husband.
They sit in...
for listeners who may not be aware, Kate's husband is an oncologist.
And they have these lectures where there's 30,000 of them in a stadium. That's how... That's how big. That's how big it is. And there was a number, at least, I think more than one, but at least one paper presented where they were using GLP-1s And it was a small study, and it was just really proving that this is a good area to do more research in. But it was it had reduced the risk of metastatic disease in this particular group of patients. Not saying that everyone should go out and start taking their GLP-1 because it reduces metastatic cancer. But basically they were just saying, this is interesting science. We should think about this more.
Yeah.
So I suppose my point there was that.
So for anybody who's unaware, GLP-1s are the Wegovy's.
Yeah, so
Wegovy?
glucagon-like peptide. So it's the semaglutide, which is Ozempic and Wegovy, and tirzepatide.
And they are used for diabetes in their original
That's right.
incarnation, and they are now used
accidentally found by people. Yeah, so people accidentally found that they were losing weight on them.
Yeah. And then they co-opted and thought, here we can make a bucket load of money.
Yeah.
I have obviously nothing against them. I think
they're super. I mean, I think if you looked at the amount of money that the government spends on people who have health conditions related to being obese, and the amount of money that it would cost them to fund these medications, I think it would, anyway, but I'm not a health economist, so. But anyway, so back to
the Looksmaxxing.
So then I've told people before, but I've had Botox in my forehead. Is that, I mean, I guess that, am I technically Looksmaxxing? Yeah. I go to the gym. Am I Looksmaxxing?
Well, no, then you're in a very interesting area, aren't you, of it. Well, it's, I guess, what is the motivator behind what you do? So,
sorry, I got
that
a
was one of
message.
our phones.
Sorry, that was
Ignore
rude.
that, listeners. So I'm fairly exercise
Positive.
Little bit obsessive, perhaps. And most of my motivation towards the level of exercise that I do is about reducing my chances of developing diseases. It also is exceptionally good for my mental health.
Absolutely.
Right, really, really good. Now, do I go to the gym in order to, look brilliant on the beach in a bikini? No, I don't.
Side effect.
But no, I do look amazing, so to say that. But no, I don't. I don't do it fundamentally for the way I look. I do it because my mother had Alzheimer's. I don't want it.
No.
So I've looked at the data, and I understand that exercise and keeping your brain stimulated and having good social contact is very good to diminish my chances of developing it. So that's what I do, and I have good nutrition. So, but I guess it's a different motivator to simply going to the gym in order that people go, my God, you
so
look
hot.
incredible. Look how shredded you are.
Yeah, and
Not that anybody would say that to me.
I say it to you all
Can
the
you
time.
say it to me now?
I say it to you all the time.
Can you say it now?
You are so hot right now.
Thank you.
I can just see you on the beach. In your, what are those what are those bikinis where they 90% of your bum is out? Anyway, I'm only jealous because obviously if I walked around like that, I'd get a melanoma. We are at an age where I'm also in it for the health span, aren't I? I mean, I'm in it to age well, not get osteoporosis, so not be a crumble when I'm 80, to be actually able to pick up my shopping and walk up the stairs when I'm older.
Yeah.
And also for the immediate benefit every day of the fact that, as you say, mental health wise, it's amazing. And it helps you sleep better, which then helps you, everything positive.
It's good.
I guess that doesn't explain, in my case, the Botox. What am I doing that? I mean, I'm doing that purely for vanity, aren't I?
Yeah, well, of course. And, I too have had some, and also I get my hair dyed.
Yeah, right. So,
and we've painted our nails. I mean, I guess you're looking at a grade, are we not, of maxing. I think that we've got low grade, soft maxing. Right, because I'm not particularly doing anything that is going to potentially cause me harm or is wildly expensive. and neither are you, right?
Well, I don't know. The nails are like
The nails
60,
are
60
expensive,
bucks.
and also you know that they're going to screw your nails. I did them for years, and my nails are screwed.
But it's okay.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, fair point.
I mean,
okay, yeah,
you
do
know.
it. Knock yourself out.
Yeah.
Do what you can.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I mean, you know, I like clothes, and I want to look nice. So I guess it, you know, there is a portion of, say, my focus that is on maximizing my potential appeal physically.
And it's what you, I guess, I don't know, is the difference you're maxing for yourself.
Well, am I?
Well, are you?
Am I?
Well, you're not maxing for David, I guess. I'm guessing for your David. I mean, I know I'm not maxing for my David because I'm certainly not getting Botox for him because every time I tell him I'm getting it, he rolls his eyes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. I mean, we you know, we're not an island, right? So we get ourselves reflected back by our social contact, do we not? Our broad social contact. So, you know, I might get my hair done and then someone will say to me, oh, gee, your hair looks nice. And then that makes me, I get a bit of a hit from that.
Right. Yeah.
And I think, you know, we're probably not still trying to, you know, in the primary phase of trying to attract a mate.
No, please.
No, please. No, please to that.
One's enough.
One's plenty and it's good. But so it's not that, but we want to see ourselves reflected back positively, don't we?
Yeah.
I mean, do you like getting a compliment?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's right.
Of course.
But so you sort of looks max in that, you know, you'll do little bits and pieces, but also you've got a very strong intellect and you've got a really good sense of humor and you're highly ethical and you think a lot about things. So you've got there is many aspects to your personality and who you are in the world. So we would say that you have a sort of a balanced approach. If I'm beating myself around the head with a mallet in order to increase my jawline and then mewling, which sounds like a cat in pain.
Doesn't it though?
Yeah.
That's what I thought as well.
Yeah. Then my focus of who I am in the world and what is attractive about me is very, very, very narrow. Right?
So yeah, and I can sort of understand that a bit more. So if I'm a 15-year-old boy who is socially inept or whatever it is.
Of course.
I can sort of understand then why they would want to get into Looksmaxxing because they're struggling with their place in society.
Of course.
I mean, what am I doing? Truly, like, why am I bothering with my nails and my because
you want to feel better about yourself as you walk through the world.
But then that's a bit ridiculous, isn't it?
Well, not really, because it comes back, I think, to the same thing of it's a percentage of your focus.
Yeah, okay.
Right, it's a percentage. So there's a percentage of your focus where in order to fit into the context of your life, right, you need to look presentable, you need to feel attractive, and that makes you feel as if you can achieve more. I know I feel better about getting on with it or achieving something if I've groomed myself and I have a nice skirt on. I just feel better.
Yeah.
I go out with David. I don't, I'm not trying to attract him anymore as a mate. He's been stuck with me for over 30 years. Mm-hmm. But I'll put on a dress and I'll put on some makeup and I'll.
Yeah, and he does similarly. He puts on his suit.
So yeah, that's right. So why do we do that? I think it's part of a sort of you feel
broader
then
effort.
Yeah, and you fit into the social fabric. You sort of fit into the social fabric, but it's a portion. It's a percentage of our focus. So, and I think I always remember saying to my daughter when she was in high school, and talking about what she was going to do when she left, and I don't know, she had pimples or something. And I said to her, just remember that your looks are going to fade. They are ephemeral. Your intellect, until you're very, very old, is going to remain intact. Work on that.
Yeah. I mean, that's very good advice, and also I imagine fell on deaf ears to the poor 17-year-old who was going to school with pimples.
Well, no, she she, interestingly, and I think the same with your kids, has always had a strong driver to be, an intelligent person with a good career in the world, right?
Yes.
But what's happening with these kids that are being pulled into this Looksmaxxing, these boys, this culture, and it's part of the Andrew Tate, isn't it?
I don't know about that. I imagine, because I like to blame him for lots of things.
I like to blame him.
But I personally haven't heard his name mentioned, but I haven't also spent a very long time in this world because actually, honestly, I suppose I found it a tiny bit boring. And
I just find it is boring.
Yeah.
It's just like what's been happening to women, but now we're doing it to men. And then there's that whole notion of we're back in the world of identity protective cognition where this is what my cohort is doing. If I want to fit in, if I want to be part of it, if I don't want to be expelled from this tribe, then I have to do it too. So you've got that broader context and also, to your point, the smaller one or the more individual context, which is I don't feel like I fit in, but now if I beat myself around the cheeks with a mallet, then I'm going to look better and then girls are going to fall for me. Oh, God, it's so stupid.
I know. It is. I mean, being a teenager is very hard.
It's very difficult.
Well, I don't know. Oh, what do we do? Raise resilient children? I don't know. I mean, I am always, when we have these conversations, just pathetically grateful that this isn't. None of this is my problem.
Me too.
So I haven't got a son who's beating his jaw with a mallet. I don't have a daughter who.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. So I just think, oh, thank goodness.
Well, I think. Then it's very, very tricky because you've got, the urge of the tribe, right?
Yep.
Pulling on their consciousness, and then you've got whatever they're being told at home. And I think it's very difficult for parents to have to sort of wage a war because it's a big war, isn't it?
Well, it is. And also, I'm now just talking about the society that I know. So I don't know if this is applicable in other societies, but I imagine that it is. When there's such pressure for both parents to work full time to be able to afford things, then you either have there's only a certain number of hours in the day, I suppose. I guess I was thinking when my children were when my children were younger. I mean, I worked full time when. What age was she? She must have been in year 1 or kindergarten. But I worked at a place that was just across the road from the school, so it was all really nice. I could be with them by 4:30. We could have the evening together, so we could do the swimming class and we could then do the reader and we could have dinner. It was all really nice because I was able to be there. But I know that there are lots of families who both parents work till 6 and then have to pick them up from somewhere at 6:30 and then have to try and force everything in.
Yeah, I don't know anymore. We both worked, David and I, when our children were little. And, to the extent where we were doing theatre and we had to cart them around and they were sitting backstage and stuff. I don't know.
They didn't have Instagram though, did they?
No, they did not.
So
they did not have the same influence.
Now they would be sitting backstage, I guess, watching Instagram and
instead of colouring in and
doing their puzzle. Yeah. I don't know. I know it is easy to blame social media for lots of things.
And I think it's also easy to look at a family from the outside and go, because you're both working, you don't have the time. I don't know. I think it's every situation is complex, and all that we can do is, rather than talking to children about values, is actually we should be inhabiting them so that they're witnessing us live the sort of lives that we think, right?
So you think maybe the Botox is not a good choice?
I think the Botox is great. I was talking to my friend today and she said that there was some 21-year-old that's online, I don't know, and she'd been having Botox since she was 16.
Mm-hmm.
And my friend was saying, she's a little bit medical, that what's going to happen if they, have Botox for the next 40 years, that the muscles will just atrophy. Is that true?
I don't know, because I've heard this before, and in fact, the lady who does my Botox, I have a wrinkle there, and she said we likely won't be able to get that one to flatten out because it's been there for such a long time. It's now ingrained. So I understand that the point of having Botox since the age you were 21 is that you can't recruit those muscles, therefore you can't form those. You can't practice those lines.
Will the muscles just atrophy?
Well, I guess so, because I suppose that's what happens if you don't use your muscles.
Well, if I didn't ever lift up a single thing in my whole life.
Yeah, well, if you were, that's what happens to paraplegics and quadriplegics.
Yeah.
That's why they have no muscles, because they're not using them. So I guess that is entirely I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think we've solved precisely nothing.
Solved it. No, we've solved
that.
We've
solved all of it.
We always get to the end, don't we, and go, we've solved it.
We've solved that. We've now discussed Looksmaxxing. It's quite depressing. Yeah. And I think it's just, I don't know what I think. I think it's very tricky. I'm very sad.
It's sad
for parents that are whose children are now enmeshed in an online world, which is feeding them absolute narcissistic garbage.
Yep. Yeah, me too.
And I don't know, it's really bad. But you're taking some testosterone. I'm still on HRT. I'll be on it till I'm 100.
I'm going to be on it. I'm going to be on it till I'm 100 as well, because why not?
Why not?
How else are we going to live for forever?
I don't know. To live forever.
Oh, maybe Christian, what's his name, will have sorted out his
the longevity thing.
I hope he gets onto it quick. I did say to David last night, I hope he gets onto it. He's 48, which is the same age as I am, which I think is good, because that means he's got some kind of motivation to get this. Because there's no point coming up with a longevity
if you did
hack when you're 80, Christian. Please get onto it.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
Immediately.
It's true.
So that I can start it.
Andrew Huberman will be onto it.
Exactly. Huberman will be onto it. Yeah. So, if we could get that moving along, boys, that'd be great.
That'd be great.
Okay.
All right. Well, look, from us, pod in the car.
Pod in the car.
Pod in the car.
Not pod in car.
Pod in car. Thank you from Kate and I, pod in car.
Pod in car.
And to all you listeners, wherever you are in the world, stay safe, stay well, keep your critical thinking hats on. You don't need to Looksmaxx. You're all gorgeous the way you are. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.